again. Welcome to today's attempt at the TimeGuessr puzzle. This is the game that tests your history knowledge and your geography knowledge, because we'll be given a series of 5 photos just like this one, and for each one we have to say where in the world was it taken, but we also have to say when in history was it taken, anywhere from 1900 to the present day. There's more points the closer you are both on the map and on the timeline. I usually aim for about 2/3 to 3/4, that's what I say anyway, but it just depends how easy the pictures are and how good my guessing is. And of course, feel free to play along at home and leave your guesses in the comments as well. Now, hopefully I'll be able to read this if I zoom in. It's some event sponsored by Yamaha. There's a website, so it's going to be within the last 20 years. And it looks like it's within the last 20 years because of photo quality anyway, so that's good to have that information to back that up. It's some kind of event sponsored by Yamaha where you have to climb to the top of these poles to get a bike, I guess. Something like that, or you have to hold on to the pole as long as you can. I think Yamaha is Japanese, so it could be in Japan. Are there any other clues? I mean, this says dispenser Miyako or Miyaki. I would have thought if it was in Japan, there would be a lot more Japanese lettering on the prizes. Miyako, clearly. So I'm wondering if it's in a part of Asia that speaks English a lot more. Singapore or Malaysia, perhaps. But I've got no idea. Can I zoom in enough to find the end of the website? Not on that one. Something something.co.something. What do I think those last 2 letters are? KL might be my guess, but I'm not sure if that makes sense. Kuala Lumpur? I don't think Kuala Lumpur uses .co.kl. It would be .co.ma for Malaysia, wouldn't it? I'm not sure. What's going on down here? Can I see any smartphones? Yes. So it's relatively recent. Can I see any masks? No. So I think it's not. I mean, it could be 2026. Maybe it's far enough after COVID that everyone's given up on their masks. I think I'm going to go before COVID, though. Just think it's a little bit more likely given the absolute absence of masks. It's clearly very recent. There's clearly a lot of smartphones. Philippines? Could it be Philippines? I don't think that's a PL, but I don't know what it is. Can I put it in a country that is English speaking and is in the centre of a lot of other English speaking countries? I could go for Hong Kong. That's not that far from Manila. Malaysia. Malaysia's there. Manila's there. Hong Kong's there. Where's Singapore? Where is Singapore? Singapore's down there. That's close to Malaysia. I just don't think it's Singapore, but I don't know what it is. I'm going for Manila. I don't know why. It was Jakarta, Indonesia. It was one of the places I said. I don't think it looked like IN or ID or whatever the Indonesian suffix is, but I could have just misread it. Oh, I was in the right area. I think I deserve more points than that for the location. But on the other hand, I'm pretty happy to only be a year off, so it's about 2/3. It's not a disaster. What's going on here? Nitrochemia Ipartelepec RT. Does that say Magyar? Not sure. Vadazslopor and Rex and Diana Vadazslopor. Could be Turkish. Or it could be Hungarian. Are there any other clues? Not sure I can see any other writing. Oh yes, of course I can. There we go. Gierunik. Alat Kurtby. Monargula. Oh, I still don't know if it's Hungarian or Turkish. Oh, I mean, if it didn't say something so close to Magyar, I might be leaning towards Turkish. Telep. I think elep is just a suffix, and so is poor, a suffix that I've heard in Turkish. I could be wrong, but I'm going to go for Turkey. So first, let's work out the year. It's not the 1900s or the early 1900s because they're not dressed formally enough. They don't have every part of their skin covered. But on the other hand, pretty much everyone is wearing a hat, so it is pretty old. Sporthon or Sporthon or Sporthoz is actually a Z at the end. I think it must be. Svatchka? Sapka? Oh, I really don't know. I'm second guessing my claim that it was Turkey. Oh, what's going on up here? Is this a flag? That I don't think is the Turkish or the Hungarian flag, which is a bit unhelpful. Oh, I've got no idea. I don't think it could be pre-World War One. Can it be pre-World War Two? Are we talking 30s or 50s? I'm going to go 50s. Let's go 53. I suppose we'll go Istanbul because it's the part of Turkey that it's most likely to be if it is Turkey, and also it's the part of Turkey that's closest to rest of Europe if it does turn out to be Hungary or Czechia or somewhere like that. Let me know if you agree. Oh, it was 33 and it was Budapest. Oh, I got a 50-50 wrong twice there. That's very annoying. I said it could be 30s or 50s, and I said it could be Hungary or Turkey, and I got both guesses wrong. That is frustrating. I suppose I should be grateful to get nearly 4,000 points for that one. What's going on here? Plains, Georgia, presumably. Jimmy Carter, when was he president or running for president? That says Indiana, I think, although the photo quality is pretty poor. Hopefully Georgia is next to Indiana, because if that's an Indiana car and that is a sign that seems to indicate that we're in Georgia, then I'm going to be very confused. Right, so back to the question at hand. When was Carter president? Before or after Reagan and Nixon? Didn't it just go JFK, then Nixon, then Reagan, then Clinton? When did Carter fit in? He must have fitted in somewhere in there. Was he between Nixon and Reagan? Reagan was something like 78 to 91. It wasn't exactly those years, because that's the years that Thatcher was British Prime Minister. But I'm pretty sure Reagan and Thatcher overlapped quite a lot. I think I must go in the 70s, just looking at the photo. He must have been between Nixon and Reagan or something like that. Right, so where is Georgia and where is Indiana? Oh, Georgia is nowhere near Indiana. I think I've got to go for Georgia. I mean, it clearly says a GA there. Is there a place called Plains? Why can I not see it? That's Alabama. We've gone too far over. Augusta, Georgia. Okay, we've now zoomed in enough to get a lot more towns appearing. But I still can't see one called Plains. That is frustrating, because if I'm in the right state and I still can't find the right city, then I'm going to lose a few location points just by virtue of the fact that it doesn't appear on the map because it's too tiny, which makes it impossible. I mean, it does look like a pretty small place, to be fair. I think I'm just going to have to go near Atlanta, in Atlanta, because it's the capital, isn't it? It was 77, and it was, yeah, in his hometown of Plains, Georgia. I just couldn't find it on the map, so I lost 700 points on the location for no good reason. Thanks, game. However, nearly 9,000. I'll take that. That's better than I did on the first two. Oh, what's going on here? Udupi dish is available. I don't know what that is. Sounds interesting. This seems Arabic, but there is also plenty of English. Al Moataz, that sounds familiar. Is that somewhere in Iran? Ah, Bahrain. Should have spotted the flag, to be fair, sooner than that. But anyway, we've spotted it eventually. So the next question is what year? There's plenty of jeans. Is that a smartphone in his pocket? I don't think it can be. This looks earlier than smartphones. What do you reckon? 80s, 90s? I know that I can't actually hear you even if you are answering me. Let's go 87. Why not? Where is Bahrain? Here we go. I guess we'll go in the capital. Manamar Central Market. Yeah, why not? Let's go here. It was 80s or 90s. It was 91. It was very early 90s. And I was only a matter of feet away. That is my best attempt so far today. What about the last one? That is an Italian flag. Is this Venice? This sort of looks like the Doge's Palace. I don't remember this pillar being here. I don't think it quite lines up because I think if it was the Doge's Palace, it's on the front. So there would be water just to the left of this photo. But I don't think there's a big palace here. I think this is a, well, it's some kind of building, but there's like a square there. But I don't think there's another palatial looking thing like that. So, yeah. If it's not Venice, I mean, I've got no idea where it is. That could be Florence or Milan with that. The Duomo, maybe? I'm not convinced that's what it is, though. What year are we going for here is the next question. 60s, 70s, or 80s? We've already had one from the 70s, haven't we? It was, yeah, the Carter one was from the 70s. I'm always reluctant to go for another guess in the same decade. I'm not sure if they deliberately avoid it, but I always think they do, and so therefore I'm drawn towards the 60s or the 80s, and I'm probably going to get the 50-50 wrong again, and it's going to be very frustrating. Let's go 1980, and I'll be very annoyed if it's the late 60s. Whereabouts are we going to go? It just doesn't look like Rome. That's why I'm leaning towards Florence or Milan. If it's Milan, I'm also pretty close to Turin. But it could be Naples, so I think it's probably safer to go for Florence just because it's more central. Oh, it was Venice! It just looks so different these days! I said that looks like... Well, I said for Doge's Palace, which isn't actually what it is, so maybe it was just a different angle and that's why I got confused. That's annoying. I went through the whole spiel of why I didn't think it was Venice. Oh, it's just from a different angle, isn't it? This is the Doge's Palace, and then this is St Mark's Basilica. I was just thinking, oh, I got the angles wrong. I could have got that spot on. I'm very annoyed with myself there. That is 700 points down the drain that I really should have got, because I've been to Venice several times. And it was 60s. I knew I was going to get that 50-50 wrong as well. I've been very unlucky today, I think. I've been unskillful, but I've been unlucky. What's the final score? 33,947. That is more than the 2/3 that I said I was aiming for as a minimum. It's in the 2/3 to 3/4 range. So even though this was a bit of a disastrous attempt, really, I'm still happy enough with that. I'm in the bottom 38% of people. That's annoying. Why can't it tell me I'm in the top 63%? I did a little bit worse on the years and a tiny bit worse on the location, but yeah, people were only getting half marks on average on the location today. It was a difficult set. Round one, I was closer on average, but I was a little bit further away in the location. That was a very unfortunate one, though. Again, I feel like I deserved more points for that. Question 2 was the one where I got two 50-50s wrong, so yeah, I was worse than average on both the year and the location. Question 3, I did better than average, mostly because I was closer on the location. That's interesting. I was a little bit closer on the year, but twice as good on the location. That's surprising. I thought that was a pretty easy location, and I wasn't that close, given that it was obvious what the state was. Question 4, I did pretty well. Again, mostly driven by the location. People didn't recognise the Bahrainian flag, I'm guessing. And then question 5, you can't see it on the screen. I was a tiny bit worse. No, I was quite a lot worse on the year, but I was better on the location. That is very weird then. I feel like I was better on the location on. Well, I was better on the location 3 times out of 5, and this one I was only a little bit worse. Yeah, the years let me down. Anyway, difficult one, but let me know how you got on. That is TimeGuessr. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.